Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thanks for tuning in. So I'm jumping right into this tutorial. First off, I'm using L'Oreal Quick Blue Bleaching Powder and L'Oreal Cream Developer in volume 30. I picked these up at my local beauty supply. Then of course you're going to need your mixing bowl and your mixing spatula. The little measuring cup that I'm using actually came within my BW2 bleach. And I'm just using this for measuring purposes so I could give you guys some accurate measurements. And of course you're going to need some Shimmer Light shampoo to tone out all that brassiness that will be left on your lace. And don't forget to get you some gloves so you can protect your skin from the bleach because it is very irritating when it gets on the skin. So as you guys can see, I'm just using the measuring cup that came with my BW2 bleach to measure out how much bleaching powder was in this one pack. And I came up to 1 3/4 of bleaching powder. This one pack was definitely enough for me to bleach the knots on my frontal, and it only costed me about $3, and I believe the cream developer costed me about $4. So that was a total spending of $7, guys. So for the cream developer, I poured in 1 cup and then I mixed it up, but as you guys can see, it was still too clumpy. So then I poured in the 3/4, which is also the same measurement that I used for the bleaching powder, and I just mixed it up. And the 1 3/4 did make it a little less clumpy. So I just continue mixing and mixing. As you guys can see, my paste was looking very thick. I did not add any more of the cream developer because I did not want it to be soupy. But if you have clumps in your mixture, just continue mixing like I'm doing here, and make sure that you're picking up all the product that's around the sides of the bowl and at the bottom of the bowl to make sure that you have a clump free mixture. And this is what my mixture looks like: very thick, clump free, and it was really smooth. So to apply this mixture onto my lace frontal, I decided to use a butter knife. As you guys can see, I'm using the very front of the butter knife and the very edge of the butter knife to slide this onto the frontal. You want to do this with a very light hand, and you don't want this product to seep through the frontal because if it does, it'll bleach the roots. And if you bleach the roots, it's fine. You can go back in with black dye, but just occasionally as you go, you just want to lift up the frontal and check if the bleach is bleeding through the lace, because if it is, you just want to be a little more light-handed. You don't want to be too heavy-handed. And by using the very front of the butter knife, it also gives you more control over how much product you're applying onto the frontal. So after lots of trial and error, guys, I discovered that the brush that I was mixing the bleach with, it wasn't for me. I didn't like the results that it gave me. It was just too messy. I didn't have any control over how much product I was applying onto the frontal. But with the butter knife, you guys can see I have so much control. I'm able to apply a very thin, fine layer with no mess. So just do some trial and error, see which product works best for you. I've seen people use a spoon, the back of a spoon. I've seen people use the butter knife. I've seen people use, you know, the brush. But none of those work for me. As you guys can see, I'm able to apply this bleach onto my frontal evenly with no struggles, no mess, nothing. Like I feel like I look like a professional in this video. I'm not a professional, guys. I'm still learning and I'm just sharing my my discoveries with you guys. But yeah, the butter knife is definitely it for me. If you're struggling with this process, try doing a butter knife or try the back of the spoon to see what works best for you. And yeah, so here I'm just using a little bit of product and just applying that onto the areas that either have light amounts of bleach or that doesn't have enough bleach in those areas. Then I just flip the frontal. You don't want to leave the frontal in this position because you won't be able to tell if the knots are done being processed with the bleach. So here I just sectioned the hair to make sure that none of the bleach reached the roots of the hair because I did not want to bleach the roots. And here you'll see that I didn't have any bleach transfers. All the knots are still black because the bleach did not finish processing yet. And this is why you should also flip your frontal so that way you'll be able to tell when the bleach is done processing the knots. And then you just want to close that aluminum foil. This will allow your frontal bleaching process to process a little faster. So here's what the frontal looks like 35 minutes into the bleaching process. You guys could definitely see a difference from when the frontal knots were not processed versus them being processed with the bleach. But in total, I let the frontal bleach for 55 minutes and then I washed out the bleach and went in with my purple shampoo Even though I didn't see much brassiness on the lace, I still shampooed the lace. I do not recommend ever skipping this step. And as I was in no rush, I left the shampoo on the lace for 40 minutes and then I washed it out. And here's what my frontal looks like. And like I said, guys, I'm a beginner in the learning process of doing my hair and my wigs myself. So I'm just sharing my journey and what I learned with you guys. And if you guys find my video helpful, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and thumbs up this video for more, and let me know your thoughts down below. And if you guys have any tips and tricks for me, let me know also. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.